Hello there, Zoe here with Build Faster. Today I'm just going to do a brief demonstration of round robin distribution of leads. So there's so many different use cases for this that you could use your imagination for, but in essence, we have a list of agents and we would like to send the agents something one at a time in a round robin fashion. So agent 1 gets the next item, agent 2 gets something after that, agent 3, agent 4, agent 5, and then back to agent 1. So in this example, first we're going to demonstrate this with Google Sheets, and then I'm going to do a brief Airtable demonstration. This will be powered by Integromat. So if you look at this example here, we have just a simple agent sheet with the name of 6 agents. Agents have different statuses if they're available, on vacation or PTO or whatever. And then we have last lead. This is going to be a timestamp so that we know the last time they got a lead. This is going to power our round robin. And then we have their sheet IDs, because what we're going to do is when we give an agent a lead, we're going to put that lead on their sheet. Now, in essence, you could instead send them an email, a text message, do whatever you want to do, but that's what we'll do in this example. So we have Jane, John, and Homer. Each of them have a blank sheet that we'll be sending generic lead data to. That could be anything. All right. So let me just show you how the Integromat scenario that's going to power this. That is this scenario of round robin. This get lead is the trigger. This could be anything. This could be a webhook. It could be Aweber. It could be from some sort of phone system, text message. Basically, it could be anything, right? It could be another Google Sheet that we're going to send records to one at a time. So this is where that lead is going to come. All right. So once we get the lead, we're going to go into Google Sheets and we're going to grab the next person who's supposed to get that lead. So I'll show you how that's configured. It's configured by the spreadsheet of agents. And once you have an agent here and an agent sheet, then we have the status equal available. So we only want to include people that are available. So you can dynamically put people on vacation. They won't be included in round robin. All right. Next, the important part is we're going to sort ascending and we're going to order by last lead. So, well, that's coupled with the maximum return result of 1. So every time this runs, it's going to return us one person who's next in line, ordered by that timestamp. So you probably see where I'm going with this already. So once we do that, it's going to return one person. We're going to dynamically add that person to their spreadsheet, because we're going to pass in the spreadsheet ID that's in the Google Sheet already, right? So basically what we would do is you create a new spreadsheet, you get the ID of the spreadsheet here, you copy that, you go and put their ID in the agent spreadsheet. Then, last but not least, we update that timestamp of date time now, right? And that's going to stamp that person when they're processed. So the next time it runs, it's not going to run them again unless they're literally the only person in your list. It's going to go on down the line. So we'll see that in action now. So if we run this one time, it's going to process. It's going to search the rows and return one person, John Johnson. It's going to add a spreadsheet. It's going to add this dummy lead, right, to their spreadsheet. Then it's going to update the timestamp of when this happened. So if we look at that Airtable again, here we have this last lead. It's been timestamped. And then if we look at their leads, there we go. We've got the lead there that's been processed. So as you can imagine, if we go back into Airtable and I put in Nancy's the lead, whatever, we'll just put dummy data here, click OK, and I run this again, it's gonna go into the next person in line, which is Jane. And then if we look at Jane, Jane got Nancy. All right. And so if we do this again, we'll put in Phil. We're going to run this one more time. And it's going to go to the third person, who is Homer. Okay. So now Homer has got Phil. So let's add George, right? And now if we go back here, it's going to update the timestamp. John should get it again. So now John's got George. So you see how that works? It's round robin. It's going to keep going one at a time and timestamp those leads. So that's how you would do, how I would do round robin with Google Sheets and Integromat. Now, of course, this add lead to agent sheet, this could be a router. You could do a bunch of stuff. You could also send an email, send a text message. You could do whatever you want. Obviously, I would probably add that data to your agent's database, like their telephone number and their email address, so that you don't have to hard code anything in Integromat. I like to keep my Integromat scenarios pretty clean of hard coded data that's specific to agents or people, where if you got 10 agents, you got 10 routes, and that's just gets really complex. So I would definitely recommend keeping that in Google Sheets. And I might even rename this to Agent DB or whatever, or Get Agent actually may be better. Anyways, that is how I would do round robin with Google Sheets. Now with Airtable, let me just show you the Airtable way. Airtable, I have salesman, kind of similar. I have a status of available. I have last lead, date and timestamps here. And basically it's the same workflow, but slightly different. So in Airtable, I would get my lead, right? So this actually in the Airtable example, I have some dummy leads here, but just like the Google example, this get lead could be whatever. This could be a form, it could be an email, it could be anything you want, right? And so then this scenario is get next lead. And what this does is looks at the table salesman, which is this table here. And it's looking, I'm sorting last lead ascending. So show me the last person to get, look at that last lead timestamp, ascending date. I probably would create a view here. So right now I've got a bunch of statuses. I'd probably, well, there's a couple ways. I could create a view called available, and then I would filter where status is available, right? And then I would go here and say available, or I would just do an Airtable formula. So this is only going to return me people that are available. And I'm limiting this, of course, to one record because I only want to return one person. Then what I do from there is this would be just the dummy send lead information. I send them a text message, different Airtable. And then in essence, I'm doing the same exact workflow where I'm updating that record with the latest timestamp. So I'm just saying last lead equals to now, right? And so this one isn't as fancy as the Google version because I don't have separate Airtable sheets, but you get the gist of it, of basically the workflow of getting a lead. It's going to return me one person, John Johnson. It's going to update the record with their timestamp that they were the last person to get a lead. And of course, if you run it again, it gets you Jane, she's next in line. To get the lead, you can send her a message and then you can update that Airtable, that record. So similar workflow. Anyways, hope this is helpful for anyone who is looking to do any type of round robin. I'll try to include a link that'll basically, I'll just create exports of these if you wanted to run these in your own environment. So I'll have that in the notes. So if you have any comments on this, please leave something below in the video. Otherwise, if you like this video and like this type of content, you can always follow the channel. Hope this was helpful. And I will see you in the next video.